Today I'm going to show you a few stretches you can do up against the wall. This gives the back realignment. It helps the shoulders in giving them a break from being up, the neck supported on the ground. Everything just gets this beautiful break and your legs still get a wonderful stretch. So no yoga mat needed. All you need is a wall. We are in my front room today only because this is literally the only wall I have in my house. We have an open floor plan or a million windows. So I'm here on the carpet. I'm not even going to move the paintings. Those are my husband's paintings. He's very talented. I'm not even going to move the paintings because I only need to go halfway up the wall. So find a spot, find some time, and enjoy these stretches. Now, you might feel uncomfortable getting to the wall positions with legs up the wall, but it's okay. Just come to a seat next to the wall, hips as close as you can get them. Slowly lower it down, and then your legs are up the wall. This first position is called waterfall, or in a vinyasa class, you'll call it legs up the wall, but we also call it waterfall. Hands can be down low. They can be in a cactus position. They can be on your belly, wherever you are most comfortable. And here you decide 3 breaths, 5 breaths, 8, whatever you want to give it. We'll do about 6 or 7. You take the time. You enjoy how this feels. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let the air travel down into the belly, into the diaphragm. Sigh it out, open mouth. Every sigh is an opportunity to just relax more, to let go of stress, to let go of frustration, and just be here. Making sure we're not grinding the teeth, the tongue is not on the roof of the mouth, the eyebrows are relaxed. Getting down into those deep belly breaths of letting go. You'll start to feel the legs relax and the thighs. We'll come back to this position in just a bit. But take 2 more breaths here. Big inhales. Giant exhales. We're going to bend the knees, walking the feet down close to us, as if we were bringing knees to chest and hugging them in. And you're going to want to pull the knees off the wall. Don't just let the knees sit on the wall. And if the knees are slightly bent, it's not comfortable, and you want to keep your feet high, that's fine. It's really where it is for you. We're only going to be here for a few breaths before we take this out to what would look like malasana or a yogi squat. The idea is surrender, relaxing, releasing, letting go. Now from here, opening up the legs. For what feels like a little squat, you can always put your hands on your knees if you're most comfortable, or let the knees and the legs fall open. Feels like happy baby a little bit. Reminding yourself that you are safe and you are supported on the wall. Again, arms can be out, they can be bent, down closer to the wall, whatever is most comfortable for you, to get this idea of letting go, relaxing, bones going soft. Take your last inhale and exhale, slowly walking the feet back in first and then up the wall again. Now here it's harder to windshield wiper, what we call this in-between pose, giving ourselves some movement to let the circulation move, let the chi go through the body. But whatever you need to do here, if it's bending the knees, the windshield wiper, whatever feels best for a moment, to take the time to move them, just to move, and then find stillness again. And this time we'll take it to a straddle. Nice and easy. I flex my feet to get the heels off the wall, or else it's like down the wall. So moving the heels off the wall until I can get to where I'm most comfortable. Straddle. Now I say most comfortable, but obviously there is a stretch inside of my legs. No pain, but definite stretch. My feet turn out. I have externally rotated hips, so this movement for me is very easy. You might feel like you can't move your feet, that you are more internally rotated, and that's just where your body is designed. Every yoga pose, we talk about how it should look. Really think about how it should feel. So wherever you are, don't worry if your feet are pointed down. Gymnasts, dancers, we've been trained this way to rotate the hips out for a look that makes it look bigger. But for you, we just want to make sure that we're feeling this from the knees down into the groin. This is a straddle, very gentle on the groin area. And just make sure that you are not in pain, but you do feel a light stretch. Gravity is going to pull my feet down. They're going to slide down a little bit more all on their own. If that makes you uncomfortable or scared of injury, you just bring them up a little bit higher. This is fine. There is no right or wrong or measurement that you need to achieve here. My left leg feels it far more than my right leg, only because I've had a dozen injuries on this side of my body, and it's just far more tense. So this stretch feels more intense. And I'm sure if I looked on the camera, maybe my right leg would be down lower than my left. That's okay. Don't worry about being equal right now. Worry about releasing tension. Bring awareness to the breath. In through the nose, sigh out through the mouth. And as you feel the pressure of gravity pulling on, see what the body does. The legs continue to get heavier. Maybe wiggle the toes for a moment. Last breath. And slowly, if you want, you can bend the knees, bringing the feet back in, side to side if you'd like, stretching long. We will end up in waterfall again in just a moment. Just giving your legs some love first. Bring the legs all the way back up to the top, and we're going to head to our shoelace. The easiest way for me to do this is to lift up my right leg off the wall. I bend my left knee, bringing my foot down, and then bend my right leg on top of this. And go ahead and adjust yourself with your feet. Kind of your feet are a bicycle steering wheel right here. But you might know this as cow face. If we were going to, twist Lord of the Fishes. I was going to say Lord of the Flies, but that's the book my son is reading in high school right now. But we call this shoelace. Find where your feet are most comfortable. Hands, again, can be on the knee, on the chest, wherever the surrender feels the best. And you are definitely going to feel this on that right leg, your glute, the hip area. If this is too uncomfortable and too intense, you can always just take it to your easy seat and just be here. Instead of working the outside, it's going to be working the inside of the legs. And again, wherever you're most comfortable, being safe, protecting the legs. Breathe. And again, we've shortened the breaths here, the time we would hold. Normally, I would hold each side for at least 2 minutes, but we'll take our last breath in and out, and then slowly lifting the right leg up, and then unhooking that left leg, giving any movement here in the legs we need. Taking a moment for yourself. Maybe you need some point and flexes, turning the ankles just for a moment, making sure whichever way we go the opposite direction. I'm lifting the left leg off the wall, bending the right knee down and heading back into shoelace on the opposite side. Again, using my feet to adjust where I want them to be. Finding that edge. In yin, we talk about the edge. It's where the body stops naturally. Not pushing past it, going farther than we need to, but finding the edge, honoring the body, and finding stillness there. And then letting time go by. And I'm suddenly thankful I left the painting on the wall because I have something to look at than these beige walls. Notice this side, how it feels different. Maybe it feels better. Maybe it feels tighter. Just notice. No judgment, no bully talk, no being unkind to yourself. Just noticing. And continuing to breathe here. Big exhales, really squeezing the diaphragm, trying to get all of the air out before you take a giant inhale in again. Take your last 2 breaths. Slowly extend the left foot and then the right, pulling it out from underneath. And again, whatever you need here, any extra movement. And then coming back to this waterfall again, maybe flexing the toes, pointing, spreading the toes out. We really ignore our feet a lot, and yet they are the foundation for us. So just giving a nice stretch into the feet. And then we'll take this to our reclined pigeon. I'm going to start by extending the right foot up again and bending the right knee, placing it on top of my left knee. And this looks like our pigeon pose. This is great. This is fine. Here you can always press the knee open if you'd like and sit here as if this was a book cover and opening the book. Perfect, wonderful stretch. However, if you want to deepen this stretch, bring that left leg down till you find the edge. You'll feel it in that right leg. The closer left leg gets to you, the more you're going to feel it in the right side. We're not forcing anything, but just sitting here enjoying. If you have lower back pain, sciatic pain, this is great. And always relieves that tension for me here. Anything really against the wall just always releases that low back pain. Breathe. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. Letting it go. Checking in not only physically, but emotionally. What tension in your heart are you holding on to? Release it. Checking in mentally. What thoughts can you just not let go of? What slight? What offense? You keep replaying in your mind over and over again. Let it go. And take your last 2 breaths here. Giant inhales. Giant exhales. Side out. We're going to extend that left leg long back up to the wall first, and then slowly unhook the right leg. Again, windshield wiper here if you'd like. Bending, pointing, flexing, twirling, whatever it is that feels good for you. Go ahead. Let it happen. And then come back to this waterfall position. This time the right leg is going to be long. That left leg, we're going to flex the foot, bring it down onto the knee. Again here, if you just want to open up. And as you can see, my leg does not want to open up. I have to let that and hold it here because this is really where it wants to say. Being open on this side is a little bit harder for me, but I do push the knee away a little bit before I bend the right foot down. Find your place, and you'll feel it in that left side. Being careful just with the hamstring here. Let the arms go wherever they want to be. And breathe. Taking your last 2 breaths here. Giant inhale. Giant exhale. Release. And then slowly allowing that right leg back up the wall. Nice flex in the foot, stretching it long. And again, any movements that feel good to you here. We're going to bring those legs back down. Again, like knees to chest. And here we're going to do a supine twist using the wall. So just walking the feet over. Hands stretch out. Keep that right shoulder on the ground as the feet come to the left side. Now head placement can be up at the ceiling, over to the knees, or if you want that stretch, check in with the neck, see how this feels. We've been looking up so much, giving shoulders and neck a break of carrying the weight. So just see how it feels to look in the other way. In class this week, I talked about a sponge and how we wring out a sponge and get every little drop out. And twists are great for that liver gallbladder meridian that's right through the sides of the body. And really thinking about wringing out and getting rid of any anger, frustration. That's what the liver and the gallbladder hold, usually anger. But here in this twist, like that sponge, wringing out whatever you'd like. At any point in time, if you like to stretch the leg long, adding to the twist, or just keeping the legs bent. Your twist, your practice, you enjoy it. I feel like I could stay in a twist all day. Supine twists are one of my favorite poses. But we'll take one last breath here. Big inhale. Giant exhale. And now heading to the other side. And this might feel awkward at first, but just trust the process. It's almost like a rainbow of walking the feet up, back up to the top. You'll feel immediate like, oh, this feels great. Your body's like, yes, we've been doing this. I'm familiar here. And then walking them to the other side to slowly bring the legs down. My feet are on the wall. My arms are out. My left shoulder is down. Close the eyes wherever you are, if that's comfortable for you. Maybe feeling the support of the wall and the ground makes you feel confined. Makes you feel safe. Just notice the feelings right now. In yoga, we always say it's okay to notice the feelings, but don't become the feelings. Just taking that inventory of emotion and letting things just be what they are. And now we're almost done here using the wall today. Or maybe you're practicing at night before bed. Wherever you are, instead of coming back up to the center of the wall, think about rolling over towards your belly. So rolling over into this fetal position and then all the way around. And take it slow. There's going to be a lot of interesting feelings as you get up off the wall. And here, if you like, your cat-cows pushing the floor away. Pulling through
For me, it's always rolling the hips in this crescent, looking back over ankles, just taking a few moments to let the body come back to upright position again. And when you get there, crazy hair and all of it, nice and easy as you stand up and go about your day. If you're lightheaded at all, just take a few breaths, take it nice and slow. But using the wall is such a benefit and really one of my favorite stretches. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for joining me.